today, it's mostly cloudy conditions still, with your overnight low dipping to 57. This is your weather update from the WSIC Weather Center.
Join Oswald Baptist Church Sunday morning at 10 here on WSIC.
Join Todd Starnes weekdays noon to 3 on your station for news and talk, WSIC.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in to The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty as Joe is playing one of our favorite songs over here. Oh, Bad Boys, Bad Boys, Bad Boys. Appears my partners over there having technical difficulties, so I'll keep talking while they're trying to get their earphones going. My name is Bill Hamby. I have the pleasure to be the Chief Deputy of the Iredell County Sheriff's Office. You are listening to us today on WSIC, 100.7 FM in Statesville, 105.9 for our surrounding partner cities in Iredell County and northern Mecklenburg County. Matt, I think your earphones just kicked in.
We have
buddy.
sound over here.
There you go.
Thank you, Joe. Technical difficulties.
Joe, Joe's one of those guys where I wish you could see, because he bounces around behind the camera. He makes sure that we try to look as good as we can possibly look on camera. But he is back here, got feet and arms moving. He's got little cards, and he's flipping buttons and finding music. So
changing the air in here and the lighting, and it's a multitasking.
So, Justin, if you're listening, and I know you are, sir, let's give Joe a raise.
Yes.
Let's give Joe a raise.
A higher chair? Oh, not that kind of raise.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah, hey, he's got a raise now.
It goes pretty high, actually.
Hey,
it really does.
Weird.
Excellent. But again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for calling the Good, the Bad, the Guilty here today. Got a good show lined up for us today. Got Detective Cody James with the Special Victims Unit with us today, and going to talk about one of his additional duties in addition to working over at Special Victims Unit. But before we get started, just want to wish Sheriff Campbell safe driving. We know he is out there headed back to us. He has been to the North Carolina Jailers Administration Conference down in Greensboro. One of the keynote speakers there, and some question panels. So, Sheriff, travel back well. You were representing the North Carolina Sheriff Association, and having worked in the jail, or in the detention center, I should say, has starting your career there. You're one of the few ones that's able to speak on those. So, we know you gave us some good, wise words of wisdom this morning, sir. So, travel safe on your way back. So, Matt.
Yes, sir.
How's things in your world?
Well, hey, the world just keeps on spinning around. Bad guys keep going to jail. Lots of stuff going on, actually. But that Citizens Academy, is that what you're asking about?
Well, I was going to segue into that, but before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there listening, Joe and the management of WSIC Radio have given us a really cool opportunity to give away 4 tickets to the Renaissance Festival, 2 adults, 2 children. Yes. Joe has them in his little hands right here, and we will take the second caller that calls in the WSIC, 704-873-1400. We'll take your name off the air, and we'll get those tickets ready for you. All right, there was caller 1. Now let's go for caller 2. All right, 873-1400. Are they there,
Free
Joe?
tickets
Yeah,
to the...
yeah. You want to take the call, too?
Yeah, let's
go ahead and take the
Okay.
call.
Let's take the call, too. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Hello? 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 Let's try it again. Try it again, Joe. Hello, caller. Are you there?
Well, the second caller...
Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
All right.
Hello, caller. Are you there?
I am here.
Hey, all right. We finally got the right button. Are you calling in for those tickets?
Yeah.
Outstanding. Well, that's great, sir. We'll put you on hold. And can you give us your first name?
My first name?
Yes, just give us your first name for now, because you're still on the air with us.
Chuck, yeah.
All right, Chuck. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling.
All right, thank you.
While we got you on the phone, do you have any questions about the sheriff's office or anything law enforcement related?
No, tell you the truth, you all guys doing a good job, and I'm truly happy to be in this county with sheriff's department as y'all.
Well, sir, we certainly appreciate that. We truly do.
I'm proud of you, and I would help you in any kind of way.
Well, thank you so much.
Yep.
You do for calling.
Yep.
Just go ahead and stay on hold for just a minute or two. So Joe's going to put you on hold. Don't hang up though, and we'll pick up and get your name here in just a little bit.
All right, then. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Man,
Now,
those tickets went quick.
When we ask folks, do you have questions for the sheriff or for you, and they don't call that quick. But giving away free stuff, we can start bringing some stuff in.
Joe, we have another caller on the line.
Wow.
Hello, caller. Are you there?
I was trying for the tickets, but I just missed it. But I will also echo that gentleman's sentiments about how all sheriffs, whatever county, do a good job. You know, it's got to be a hard thing to be. And leave it at that.
Well, I tell you what, because you were so kind and so gracious, if you'll give us your first name, I've got 4 tickets for you, too.
Oh, you're kidding. My name is Hope. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And bravo on the apprehension on that Amber Alert this week, huh? Hope we're going to talk about that.
We may. I don't know that was necessarily ours, but I appreciate you giving us that comment. We did have a chase this morning that we were involved with, Assistant Highway Patrol. We're going to talk about here in just a little bit, but Amber Alerts are a great tool.
Yeah. Hope, just make sure you stay on the line so we can get your name for those tickets. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you again for everything.
Man.
Wow.
Maybe we need to start bringing like tchotchkes or giveaways.
Something to give away. Matching bracelets just won't work.
Your office is full of
I have
stuff.
lots of stuff. There's a lot of kids stuff. I don't think we have many kids calling in, but we could find an opportunity to bring some stuff in. Yeah,
Everybody uses
absolutely.
Well, thanks everybody for calling.
Yes. My stress balls.
So before. Wow, I'll never get that out of my mind. Okay, moving right along. So before we get into Cody, after next break, Joe's already given me the 3-minute mark. Wow, time flies when you come in here.
When you're giving away stuff.
But just to allude to what I was saying earlier today, if you were in the northern end of Iredell County or on Interstate 77 northbound, the North Carolina Highway Patrol apparently got in a chase with a vehicle that after everything was done and said and over with, we learned was stolen.
Yes, it
out
was.
of another jurisdiction. So that investigation is still ongoing. But they were able to put the call out. Our men and women were able to get in position ahead of the chase that the patrol was involved in, and we were able to deploy our stop sticks.
Yes, sir.
Which are devices used to deflate tires. The vehicle apparently struck those stop sticks. The vehicle came to a stop. Then the 2 individuals that were in the car got out of the vehicle, jumped the guardrail, from what I understand, and ran into a heavily wooded area.
Yep.
Our men and women with the Highway Patrol's assistance were able to set up a perimeter. Our drone operators were called there.
Right.
Drones were deployed, and several canines were involved in the area. I think even a Highway Patrol called in for their helicopter to come and assist. About a 30-minute search was conducted, and the 2 individuals were arrested, taken into custody by the Highway Patrol and Iredell County Sheriff's Office. If you go to our Facebook page, or if you have our app on your phone, you get to see one of those 2 individuals. Actually, both of them were in the photograph. It's just one of the individuals was hanging his head in shame.
Could not identify the face.
Just could not identify him. But the other individual, he looked kind of proud of what he had done. So we were very proud to take his photograph. Go ahead and post that online for everybody to see. And then, as we said, shortly after they were taken into custody, the VIN number, the investigation continued. The VIN number was ran through the Criminal Justice Data System, and it came back as stolen. So got 2 car thieves in custody here in Iredell County. That investigation is still ongoing. Joe has given us the 30-second heads up. But stay tuned with us. We'll talk to Detective Cody James about Project Lifesaver, one of the cool programs that the Sheriff's Office offers here to Iredell County. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in about 2 or 3 minutes.
There's more of the good, the bad, and the guilty with
my! Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
And now for a look at your weather report from the WSIC Weather Center. As you head through the later morning here, that mist should subside as the humidity goes down. Otherwise, through the afternoon, cloudy skies with your high temperature reaching 71. Through the later part of the day, it's mostly cloudy conditions still, with your overnight low dipping to 57. This is your weather update from the WSIC Weather Center.
It's the good, the bad, and the guilty with Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Go ahead, Joe, with the music today, buddy. New music, getting after it. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to WSIC 100.7 FM, 105.9 FM. Welcome to the good, the bad, the guilty. Glad to have you here with us. We were able to give away some tickets. Hope if you're out there, ma'am, and you are listening, please give us a call back. Apparently, the phone system got screwy there with Chuck hanging in hold with you. But if you want to give us a call back, Joe will be glad to talk to you. So we can get you those tickets to the Renaissance Festival. But Matt?
Yes, sir.
Glad to be back. Glad to be here today.
Mm-hmm.
Sheriff Campbell's traveling back to us today from, I think, Raleigh or Greensboro.
Mm-hmm.
But got Detective Cody James with us.
Mm-hmm.
Good afternoon.
Now, Matt, I'm gonna tell a story on Cody.
He's got a lot. That's the problem.
I worked with Cody's father
I was going to say, because Cody's such a baby.
Okay. We got a caller on the line. Let's see if that's Hope or someone with a question. Hello, caller. Are you there? Hello, caller.
Back.
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hey, is this Hope?
Can you hear me?
Hey, is this Hope?
Yep.
Hey, Hope, and we're going to put you back on hold now and Joe will be in touch with you in just a minute.
Okay.
All right, thank you. So, Matt, as I was saying, Cody, don't say how old you are because it'll make me sound even colder. But I will say this. Many, many, many years ago when I worked in Taylorsville with Cody's father, Dennis, former chief of Taylorsville Police Department, I'll tell you how old I am. I held him.
Oh, my gosh.
While his mama and daddy ate dinner at the coffee shop in Taylorsville.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
And you was a
I was a patrol officer, yes, sir. Young patrol officer.
Wow.
This will tell you enough. Coffee house has been closed for 20 years or better.
Well, I mean, was that what got you? Was it Dad or was it Bill? Got you into law enforcement.
I would say neither, honestly. I ran from it for a while. I think I actually remember telling him as a kid, I will not work for McDonald's and I will not be a cop because my mom's a GM for McDonald's. And then, lo and behold, I've worked for both over the years.
So there you go. All things come around in the end. But, Cody, glad to have you here with us today. And I know you do some really good work over in Special Victims Unit, and we may get you back to talk about that, or we may get into that here near the end of the presentation. But you are our coordinator for Project Lifesaver.
Yes, sir.
So, Matt, I know you worked with it some.
Absolutely.
I worked with it a little bit, but Cody's kind of taken it and run with it and pushed it to new heights.
Oh, yes.
So, Cody, could you kind of tell us a little bit about what it is, what it does, and how we can help folks?
Okay, so it is a bracelet and radio frequency-based system, very similar to if people think back in the day, you used to run your hunting dogs, put a collar on it, you know where your dogs are at. Very similar to that type of system. Kids who suffer from autism, adults with autism, dementia, Alzheimer's, those are our main target people because they're destined to wander and away from home. And with this system, we're able to, it's not GPS based, but we're able to get a signal back and forth to our transmitters and track where they've went and be able to get them back to their family safely.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that when I was kind of coordinating it before you took over, everybody was like, well, why don't you just get the cell service? Why don't you use the cell service? There's places where you don't have
that cell service.
So sometimes, I don't want to say antiquated technology because it still works better than some of the new modern cell phone technology, but it is radio frequency technology and not satellite GPS technology.
And just not just that, just the added cost that comes with the GPS. This Project Lifesaver has now implemented a GPS system, but it costs money every month to upkeep that. So this comes at no cost to our citizens, and we're able to provide that service thanks to the wonderful drug dealers of Iredell County. And reusing those funds. So
So tell us kind of what it is and how we could, how a family would utilize it.
So any family who's got a family member with autism, dementia, Alzheimer's, contact our office, ask to speak to me directly, have you fill out a packet. We've got plenty of these systems. Keep us at least 6 to 8 on standby at any point in time.
It's basically just a bracelet. Looks like an Apple Watch. It's the size of a smartwatch. It takes a coin-size battery that either Cody or one of the other trained officers can come out and check and service at every other month and make sure those are outputting that frequency. It's nothing that anyone can hear. It's not anything your dog's going to hear or anything like that. I mean, it's a radio frequency, and we've got a receiver that we're able to take out to the scene where they were last seen. If they're, this is specifically for wanderers, folks that may walk off, wander off, and
sundowners. I think
yes,
is
sir.
One of the terms that we were familiar with.
Yeah, and it's very dangerous for Alzheimer's or elderly patients because they don't realize what the weather's like. They didn't dress for it when they walked out, and it was a cold afternoon. It's nighttime, and they're turned around. They may have that sundowner syndrome where they're thinking about a childhood place that they went to. They're in the woods, they go to water. I mean, there's a lot of dangerous things that can happen. So this allows us to come to the scene. All the information that Cody acquires, it gives us a background information on what's going on, what the person's needs are, whatever their health assessment may be. And then we just put that radio frequency into our device, which we'll show you those here in a few minutes. And I mean, it's like basically blip, 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 blip. There it is. You walk in that direction. At least a mile, right, Cody?
Mile and a half, roughly.
Okay, mile and a half, and just start in that area, and it's directional.
Right.
Be able to do that. So
yeah, and one of the things that when I became involved with Project Lifesaver was really neat is, as Cody's already alluded to, very minimalistic cost to it, but what a high yield potential return for a device that small. And basically, in Matt, you hit. I'm sitting here looking at your smartwatch now. It's about that size. So now I do remember that they were some of the older transmitters. You could either put it on a wrist like a watch, or put it around their ankle if the individual was known to fidget, with things.
I've got a full kit with me with everything. I can pull it up and show you.
Yeah, grab it up here. Yeah, so I know some of the bands, the original bands were plastic, and they still are, and they're removable for situations where folks may end up being destructive, if you would, other words say. There's some leather bands now, right, Cody?
There are leather bands. There's some stronger plastic ones. These are kind of like a hospital band. That's what comes with every kit. But they come in a pack like that. Transmitters all look, like you said, they're relatively small.
Yep.
All right.
Now, each one of those transmitters emits its own unique radio frequency.
Right. Yes. So these are two of our trainers that I've taken out of service because they're the older style.
Yes. Okay. That's the ones I was familiar with.
Yes. They're marked 928 and 378 because that's the frequency that would be on those. The only thing that they've really changed between this one and the new one is literally the backing. Everything else is very similar, very the same, and a different battery.
Yeah, the batteries now are more of a 60 days, right?
They're 60-day batteries. CR123s, like you put in your flashlights or anything else, and then you've got a little tester that tells you that it's working.
Right.
Like that one's batteries probably not in it. Actually, none of these have batteries in them because they will die sitting in this training box.
Right.
Yep. But it's just really neat, and it's one of those devices that, it can give a family comfort, so that they don't necessarily have to be eyes on an individual all the time. Family, I know, Matt, you and I have spoke to family members with children with autism, and, unfortunately, sometimes they'll go into an episode where they can't be dealt with, and, to keep from restraining them physically, they may run out a door, or they may leave a room and run the house, and then that's when everything kind of gets into gear for us, is if we have individuals that have these type of conditions. We're able to give us a call. Now, Cody, correct me if I'm wrong. I know that if anytime we deploy these, do we give ECOM a heads up that there is a device that
when we put out these, I contact ECOM. I give them the device ID. They put a premise note in there. There's a Project Lifesaver user at that home with their device ID linked to them as well.
So for those that may not be familiar with the term ECOM, that is our 911 communication center. So they already have that information pre-plugged in, so that if there is a call from that residence and someone has left that residence, they're notified that we have a device there and the frequency that's there.
And the frequency that's there.
So that our supervisors, or for those that have the antennas that can start detecting, we can go ahead and immediately start flooding an area with deputies, start setting up surveillance, trying to set up a perimeter, and start triangulating and get some of these units up to see if we can detect signals.
Right. Yeah. And what Cody had done is went ahead and put a battery in this unit here, and you can actually see the red light is just saying it is transmitting and that radio frequency is working. We leave the caregivers with one of these, so they can always look and see it. The caregiver can see the mom or whatever it is. Okay. One of the things that we mentioned too about the children, maybe this not home, maybe they're at school, maybe they're at the mall, maybe they're at some Walmart, and so we can still go to the area and deploy from there and being able to search. And this does not take place at all of just a good old-fashioned look around the house search. I mean, we're doing that too.
Yeah.
But you talk about the GPS technology. That's only if the phone's with them, if they have that with them. And you're right. I know there was an elderly gentleman. His granddaughter was knitting him something to wear on his shoe, so that this transponder would go in his shoe and he would have it with him that way.
Yep.
So he's always had his shoes on.
You're only the device is only limited by the creativeness of which you can deploy it.
Right.
So,
Yep. Keep it
Cody,
on.
whenever we come back, I'd like to go ahead, if we can, and talk about some of the questions, some of the questionnaire things that we get the family or the caregivers to fill out, so that people can have that. Folks, if you have questions, give us a call, 704-873-1400. Joe's giving us that 30-second block, so we'll be back in just a little bit with Detective James and Matt Burleson and myself, Bill Hamby.
The good, the bad, and the guilty with Iredell.
Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked!
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Welcome to the Continental.
From the world of John Wick comes a Peacock original 3-part event that takes us back to 1970s New York. The Continental.
This institution wields power beyond your imagination. Let's take this house and everything that comes with it.
The Continental, from the world of John Wick. Streaming now.
And away we go.
Only on Peacock.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is Fred Lowry at Lowry Drug. We now have our own brand of full-spectrum hemp extract, also known as CBD oil. I personally manage this product as it was grown on my farm here in Iredell County. It was then processed and bottled here in Statesville. This is a true herbal extract with all the medicinal components intact. A product you can trust to be authentic. And since there is no wholesaler, it's at a price you can afford. Try it at Lowry Drug on Hartness Road in Statesville.
Check out these great propane-powered deals from G&B Energy in Statesville, and you can get cozy with the new fireplace and save up to $350 in rebates on Cozy Heat fireplaces or receive a free on-off remote when purchasing gas lock sets over $700. Best of all, Renai Tickless water heaters start at $430 after rebates. Visit G&B Energy today off Highway 70 at 120 Ettercraft Drive in Statesville or go to gbeenergy.com.
Folks, you know Randy Marion sells vehicles the King of Price way, but did you know our service department? We service vehicles the King of Price way. We sell tires, we sell brakes, we sell batteries, we sell the maintenance. We help you keep your vehicle on the road safe, ready to drive. Whatever the season is, Randy Marion service departments have you covered. Come see us today because, folks, again, you know we sell the King of Price way and we do service the King of Price way.
King of Price, RandyMarionStatesville.com.
Live music, vendor booths, and community yard selling. Fun for the whole family returns to Statesville for the WSIC Community Yard Sale, October 28th at 1117 Radio Road. Regular yard sale space is free. Or reserve a premium vendor spot for $50 American.
I have a feeling it's going to be beautiful.
The WSIC Community Yard Sale, October 28th, 6 a.m. till 2 p.m.
Bing, that's the end of that.
Call now, 704-873-1400. It's the good, the bad, and the guilty. 1059 100.7 WSIC.
On you, Chief.
Welcome. No, it's me. It's mine.
Matt?
Exactly.
It's Matt's turn to bring us
Yes,
in.
welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining in here on WSIC's The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty. We are on Facebook Live. Hello, Sissy Odalita. Good to hear from you. Got some other folks watching and listening as well. Thank you for tuning in. We've got live on the radio at 105.9 FM, 100.7 FM.
I think we have a caller, Matt.
Wow, caller on the line. See how they respond to me. Caller on the line, you are live on The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty.
Good afternoon, lawmen. How are y'all today?
Good afternoon, sir. I remember you've called some times before. It's good to hear from you again, friend. Go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to commend each and every one of y'all with us finishing the state budget last week. Just my question to you is that in that budget, was there going to be any money distributed to help you folks out? Because you certainly deserve it and need it.
I know that Sheriff Campbell has spoken to our local representatives about an appropriation for some equipment. Still waiting to chew my way through that 600-page document. But I can tell you that for a fact, in the past, all of our local representatives, our both representatives and our senator, have been more than gracious enough to assist the sheriff's office. I know that we had over $1 million appropriation a year ago, I think, for a mobile command unit that was just recently bidded out. That process has finished up, and that will be getting underway. I know we've received some money before for other equipment. So yes, our good folks down in Raleigh take definite good care of us. Our local representatives do a great job.
Well, good. I know I heard part of the list, and I've just heard you guys were included into it, just like Cody had spoke earlier to that life-saving tool that measure. It may be free to us as the the general public, but it costs you guys money to get it.
Well, now for the beautiful thing about Project Lifesaver is that was dope dealers' money.
Yeah.
That didn't cost us any tax money. That's a great use of drug money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, you can utilize it that way. You know, sometimes when one door closes, another door opens, right? But
Yes,
yeah,
certainly.
I for that, and also when Darren Campbell gets to come back, Darren Campbell, when he gets to come back, you ought to play the music "I've Been Everywhere, Man" by Johnny Cash. That rascal's been everywhere.
I was thinking more along the line of Rambling Man.
I like that. Well, thanks, caller.
Yeah, you guys take care. Appreciate all you do.
Thank you, Fred.
Yep, appreciate
we just don't gratitude all enough, and we really do appreciate everything y'all do.
Hey, God bless you, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for those positive comments. Yeah, he's been calling about every week with some good questions, good
That's
comments.
great. Thank you, sir, for calling. Thank you for taking the time.
Mm-hmm. All right, so here we're back. Yes, Cody, you mentioned about the he was talking about the appropriated funds from the government, but we've reappropriated these drug dealers' funds.
We have,
and we've got all we need to get started. We've got plenty of equipment left to go for folks that are out there. So if they call you, there's a questionnaire you're going to talk to them about. I know you just talked to a mother about her children the other day, but even an elderly. Talk about some of the things that questions you ask.
Normally when they call in, prefer to set up a meeting in person so we can go over this paperwork but we ask for physical descriptions. Do they wear hearing aids? Do they have any physical ailments? Do they have any medications that they take on a regular basis? Especially with Alzheimer's dementia patients, what's their history? Did they work at Mitchell Gold that's now closed down? Did they work, what was their routine prior to retirement? And so that we know where they may go, stuff like that.
Places of significance to them.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Who their doctor is in case there's any further questions we may need answered. But to get that, we're going to have a medical release. But a lot of times we don't really need that. I mean, the family normally brings us what we need.
Does the individual have to have a confirmed diagnosis of Alzheimer's, dementia, or some other cognitive disorder?
Not a confirmed.
Okay.
Because Alzheimer's cannot be confirmed until death.
Perfect.
It requires a study of the central part of your brain to confirm that. So all we have to do is have a concerned family member that says, hey, they're tending to wander.
Right.
I'm seeing some dementia type behavior. They're forgetting things. Stuff like that. Stuff that the general public can see, that we can see ourselves, that we're going to notice in our own families.
And this is just another tool that we use that we can help these caregivers, because oftentimes we'll get a call or I'll get a call doing crime prevention stuff about, lights, locks, and alarms. I want to secure my door, but I want to keep, my dad inside. He keeps wandering out. So, but I don't want to keep it locked for my little kids that might need to get out during a fire. Those type of questions that are asked.
Yeah.
And so we talk about those door alarms, when you go through and hear the ding dong, whenever you're entering in a store. Well, this is another opportunity, that if they wonder, if that door alarm goes off, if someone leaves and they're not there, that we can come and help them find that. So,
and then the other part is we have our questionnaires that, in case just because they don't have a diagnosis, we have questions that kind of helps us make the decision, okay, is this appropriate to use this, or is there something that could better be utilized? I have a list of 10 questions right here. We can go through them real quick of, do they remain oriented to the time and place? Do they know it's 3:41 in the afternoon and we're at WSIC right now? They recognize people that they see every day, their familiar faces and stuff like that. If they go to church, can they still drive from their house to church that they've been going to for 20, 30 years? Decreased knowledge of current events. Like they forgetting that just yesterday their granddaughter graduated from UNC, stuff like that. Do they remember their names, their name, their spouse's name, their children's name, stuff like that? And that just helps us better get to know the clientele that we're servicing.
Sure. So it's kind of a gives us a baseline.
Yeah.
To see, and there again, that information is important so that if God forbid this individual gets out, and while we're searching, if the one that comes to my mind was one of the family I worked with. Gentleman's name was Peter, but he wouldn't answer to Peter. But you called him Bud. Bud was what he would answer to.
Right.
So that was some of the information that we put in the questionnaire is what do they go by?
That's another.
Because Peter, he's not, but if you said Bud, yeah, hey man, how you doing? And every time I saw him, I'm, hey Bud, hey, how you doing? That was it. Hey, how you doing? But he's a sweet gentleman. So so just in little things like that.
Yep, we still use that same question. Everybody has an affectionate name for their family or
nickname
close friends or
yeah.
something that they go by other than their name almost 9 times out of 10. So,
Joe, what's yours?
I don't have one. I just go by Joe.
Josephine. He's not telling us, but there's a Josephine somewhere.
All right. Okay, that's something that actually my cousins call me that.
See,
we all call each other the opposite gender.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, what's yours?
Matty B.
Matty B. There you go. All
Captain Matt.
Captain Matt or Matty B. So Cody, how about how many of these units do we have deployed now?
We have 8 right now with the potential of one who's currently come off because of some hospital visits that's probably getting ready to go back on.
Yeah.
And 2 more potentially being added soon. We're trying to figure out the best service to provide them with due to their situation.
Okay.
And these are, they're not toys. They're pieces of equipment. It's expensive. It didn't cost the taxpayers anything. But we do a contract with them. So if they were to go in the hospital, if something was to happen to them, we want to make sure we get that back. Just like if they're not reissued out, it's something we can use for training tools.
Sure.
Something, we can keep our officers trained up. The transmitter that you've got there, or excuse me, the actual
receiver.
Those transmit. This is what receives. And we've got
4 of these new ones.
4 of these brand new ones, yep. And we've got these deployed throughout the county, one in the south end, one at the office that Cody has. But this is able to where you're able to tune in and hear that feedback and be able to find the lost wanderer. All right. Hear that music in the background.
So that means to tune in after this break and hear more information about the Iredell County Sheriff's Office.
All right. Thank you.
More of The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty with Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell coming up on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. This Friday, the Steel Wheels are performing at Kane Center for the Arts in Cornelius. Come listen to the storytelling abilities of the Steel Wheels through Americana and folk music. Doors open at 7 and the show starts at 8. The Steel Wheels, this Friday, canearts.org. That's CAIN arts.org. Start your engines, racing fans. The Bank of America Roval 400 is back to Charlotte. Sunday, October 8th, starting at 2 p.m. The Bank of America Roval 400 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Get your tickets before it's too late. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com. No time to get to the apple picking at Kerrigan Farms? Apple picking ends September 30th. But you have your chance to go pumpkin picking. Starting September 30th, you can experience the pumpkin patch at Kerrigan Farms. Book your experience now at kerriganfarms.com. The All-American Dog Show is this Sunday in Cornelius, 2 until 5 p.m. Bring your furry friends with you. Come find out who has the fluffiest coat and see the cutest puppy in all of Cornelius. And be sure to come by the WSIC tent at the All-American Dog Show happening at Robbins Park in Cornelius this Sunday. For more info, visit cornelius.org. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
The Renaissance Festival is back. Saturdays and Sundays, September 30th through November 19th. A non-stop outdoor family adventure. Huzzah! Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
And now for a look at your weather report from the WSIC Weather Center. As you head through the later morning here, that mist should subside as the humidity goes down. Otherwise, through the afternoon, cloudy skies with your high temperature reaching 71. Through the later part of the day, it's mostly cloudy conditions still, with your overnight low dipping to 57. This is your weather update from the WSIC Weather Center.
Stop dreaming about the perfect lawn and make it a reality. Drum Landscape Supply now offers personalized lawn plans. Visit drumlandscapesupply.com and collaborate with our experts. Drum Landscape Supply, your local one-stop landscape shop.
Mike here with the All-American Dog Show. Cornelius will hold this annual event at Robbins Park on Sunday, October 1st from 2 to 5 p.m. Think your dog has what it takes to compete? Dog owners are invited to register online or on the day of the event. Visit cornelius.org/PR for more info.
The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty continues now. Here's your host, Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell, 105.9, 100.7, WSIC.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty. We are live here in studio WSIC. We are joined with Detective Cody James with talking about Project Lifesaver, and as always, Chief Deputy Bill Hamby.
Glad to be here.
And Joe. Wouldn't go on without Joe.
Couldn't go on with Joe. I don't know which button to push.
I think exactly. You guys could figure it out.
We were a little nervous when Chuck showed up to get his tickets, and the phone was going off, and I mean, I really wanted to touch buttons, but I knew better.
Joe come running then.
Believe me, if Sheriff Campbell would have been here, there'd have been some buttons.
Oh yeah, he would have been DJing.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
we'd have had
and the bell.
Yeah, there'd have been some stuff playing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go, boss. Just for you. Just for you.
Well, yes, boss. Welcome or coming back safely. You'll be back here with us next week. Let's find out what's going on next week. Is the Citizens Academy. Been taking these calls. Been taking folks that I've been able to sign up for this. It's
about
easy
what,
to do.
20, 25,
yes.
20?
Yep. So
20?
right before I left the office, I had another gentleman that I talked to as well. So we're up to 22 now.
Nice.
And of course, the lady that came in the office and said, "Hey, bring a friend." Right? Because we always got plenty of space.
We got space.
Yep, absolutely. So Citizen Academy starts next week. It's going to be on Tuesdays and Thursday nights from 6 to 8. Various locations. The first location will be at the Sheriff's Office next Tuesday at 6 o'clock. If you go on Facebook, go on our website, go on our app, you'll find the link to be able to fill out the survey online, just the form. Gets me your information, so I'm able to contact you back. But we're going to have a lot of fun, do a lot of good things.
I'm just sitting here looking at this list, and this is going to be a really, really cool class.
Well, the sheriff always says do bigger and better each time. So
yes.
This is bigger and wetter.
No stress, no pressure.
Yep. So I know that the boats guys are going to be out there.
Yes, they are.
We've got the CERT guys, and, this is a big lake. Anything can happen. So there could be a boat CERT combination exercise that went on. Yes. So a water entry.
A waterborne exercise, perhaps?
Yes, could be.
Nice.
And as always, the canines will be out, traffic stops, the detention center tour. So lots of good information, 8 meetings. If you can't make them all, make what you can. Like I said, it's a good time, good fun. If you've not done it before, you want to do it. If you've done it before, you want to come back and do it again.
Yeah, and it's just really one of those cool programs, Matt, that we have. And I know when Sheriff Campbell came in and instituted this program, this is one of the cool ways that we can give, as deputies, can give back to the community. Because it's really, sheriff's name's on the door, as we jokingly tell him, but it's the Citizens Sheriff's Office.
Right, yes.
So they need to come see us, come meet us, and I know that a lot of our patrol men and women and our CID men and women, our lab folks, they get excited about getting to meet our citizens and to come out. And the ones that aren't actually teaching the class, that are working that night but will stop by, they like to come out and meet our folks and meet our citizens. So please, if you've ever wondered about what we do, what the equipment looks like, some of our facilities, please come out and take part. It doesn't cost you a dime, just a little bit of your time, and we'd love to have you with us at the Sheriff's Citizens Academy.
Exactly right. Yep, that's exactly right. And we've even taken some employees from there. I mean, folks that came and applied, came back and said, I want to work in the detention center.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
a safe place. You guys
Yes,
got to
it
get
is.
together. All right. Well, we just did our last RAD course just the other day. That was huge. I think there was like 20-some folks signed up for that. Ladies.
Yes,
ladies only class.
By ladies for ladies.
Yes. So there is a senior citizens class coming up. So seasoned citizens. Yes, lady seasoned citizens.
That's going to be being real quiet, letting you dig that hole, buddy.
Yes, sir. Well, I didn't want to say senior anymore. I was just, But yes, so our ladies, yes. I'll just leave it at that. Joe, you're not helping me out here.
I was just going to say, aren't there some press conferences going on or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Help you out a
break
little.
away to something, exactly. No, the RAD instructors, as diverse as the program can be, it can be tailored towards teenagers to older citizens, whatever your need may be. The rape aggression defense is the title, but it's personal safety.
Yes.
It's situational awareness and a few physical moves and stuff in there along with it.
And it teaches you to fight with what you have, because
Right.
that's what you're going to have, whether you're 85 years old or 12 years old.
Right.
Reality is reality. So if you're a 75-year-old lady who walks with a walker and someone goes to assault you, you need to learn how to defend
that
yourself.
walker. Yeah, exactly.
You need to learn how to defend yourself if you're a 13-year-old young lady. So age and mobility issues have nothing to do with this class. We will teach you how to defend yourself with what you have, situational awareness, and how to stay safe.
And we'll do the class. We'll bring it to you. We'll set it up tailored to the way you want. And if it needs to be private, it can be. But we'd like to let the public in on it. And that's what the great folks at Janice Durant over at the Counseling Center of Iredell has offered this for her folks. And we just said, hey, we're going to let the community know about it too.
Yep.
So that's going to be coming up on Thursday, October 19th. From 8 to 5 at our Monticello Training Center. So during the day on Thursday, October 19th, 8 to 5 at the Monticello Training Center.
And we'll have some snacks and refreshments there, more than likely.
Always.
We'll feed you lunch.
Yeah, and anytime you got any questions about these things, just give us a call at the office, 878-3180, same as the Project Lifesaver. Were you there the other day when the girls come by from the Boys and Girls Club?
I met them at the front door.
Yes, you did. I remember that now because you got the cookie. I didn't get the cookie.
I got a great cookie the
Well,
other day.
the girls came by from the Girls and Boys Club of the Piedmont, and they were just beaming. School was out. It was on September 25th, which is their National Day of Caring and Giving.
Yes.
And so in the honor of Mr. Jim Wilson,
yes, sir.
Wilson Construction, they actually came by and brought us some goodies, and the sheriff was on hand to be able to do that. So we put that picture up on our Facebook. Make sure you go on there and like that. He even matched.
He did.
He matched the colors of the Boys and Girls
And
Club that day.
it was one of those things where one of the little girls, bless her heart, she's sweet as she can be. They had their cookies in a bag, and every deputy, every office staff person that this sweet little girl came up to, take a cookie. And if you didn't, she would not move.
Yeah.
Till you took a cookie.
Right.
Now you didn't have to eat it, but you were taking one of her cookies. So bless her heart, she was.
But it's kind of like
sweetheart.
it's kind of like our spooktacular that we've got coming up. Those kids love that candy. I mean, the adults love it too. I mean, of course we like the candy.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
I'm just saying, candy's
Joe,
good.
Joe, did you feel his stare looking at me?
But I remember that little girl.
He looked right at you.
Yeah, he did.
I'm going back to that little girl. The little girl,
okay.
she had her bag.
Yep.
And it was kind of like the reverse of the spooktacular. And here she is with the bag open, and you see these officers going in, hand after hand in the bag trying to get their own cookie out.
Oh, yeah.
So, but that was great. Thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies, for coming down and honoring us with that. So we appreciate that. That is a lot of the community stuff that we got going on. Always plenty of stuff going on in the community.
Yep.
Anytime you want to let us know about things, events we got going on, we'll come by and see you. You come by and see us. Drop off your flyers. If you feed us, we will come. That's always something I like to say too.
Sure.
Yeah, yep. So, but you've got some other news there.
Well, just want to give some folks some of our latest press releases. I want to let everybody know that on Monday, September 25th, our deputies with Iredell County Sheriff's Office conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle at I-77 North at the exit ramp of exit 45, and encountered a Mr. Harless Ray Crum III, of Cody. This is going to sound familiar to us from up there. Of number 12, Robertson Mobile Home Park in Taylorsville, and a Amber Nicole Schraman, 55 Meadow Creek Loop here in Statesville. Got to talking to both of those individuals after they were cited for their vehicle violation, and gosh, they just had drugs with them, Matt.
Yep, I've got the pictures here to prove it.
Yep, sure did. So we were able to search that vehicle, charge them with a myriad of charges. But for those of you that have heard me now on the Good, the Bad, the Guilty for quite a while, if you have a criminal history, we're going to talk about you. So let us take a moment that we have left to talk with Mr. Harless Ray Crum of Taylorsville. Just some of the things that he has is felony burning of certain buildings, 6 counts of larceny, assault by pointing a gun, unauthorized use of motor vehicle, felony possession of methamphetamine, breaking and entering. This man has charges and charges and charges. He's currently on probation. So he's currently on probation, and he had a bunch of felony amount of drugs. Okay. So he's on felony probation for breaking and entering, felony larceny after breaking and entering, obtaining property by false pretense, 2 counts of felony possession of firearm by a convicted felon. So he got a $15,000 bond. And Ms. Schramm, she had a little bit of criminal history, and she received a $10,000 bond. So if you're interested in them, please look us up online on our Facebook page.
Go to the app, and you can see their pictures as well. So.
Yeah, make them famous. And we were able to arrest an individual, Mr. Fred Nathaniel Gregory, 51 years old, of 784 Brickview Road here in Statesville, was charged with 32 counts of felony larceny by employee, stretching back to January of 2021 through September 2023. His employer gave him a company-issued gas card, and Mr. Gregory felt necessary to go ahead and take some gas for his, well, I'm assuming his own use, but he took it. He was on video taking it. He had receipts that showed he took it. We were able to charge him, Detective Olson, rather, was able to charge Mr. Gregory with 32 counts of felony larceny by employee. Magistrate Thomas Thompson issued a $75,000 secured bond on those charges. So
32 times he just decided, hey.
So in closing, Matt.
Yes.
Cody, thank you for coming. If anybody ever has any questions about Project Lifesaver, a very, very valuable tool for those in law enforcement and for those families in need of that type of device, 704-878-3180. Ask for Cody James, Matt Burleson, or myself about Project Lifesaver, and we will get you information to keep your loved ones safe. Cody, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Matt, thanks for coming, buddy.
Thank you.
Joe, appreciate all your work today because you have been getting after it today, buddy.
I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to Good, the Bad, the Guilty here on WSIC, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
The new 105.